Hey everybody, Casey here. I wanted to talk to you about one of my favourite topics today, and no, it's not Hanson, it's actually about sleep. So I thought I would take you through my sleep ritual. Paul and I both do this, and it's grown over time. And this may seem like an awful lot when I go through it, but it's actually become so simple to put into our routine that we don't even think about it now. And it's definitely improved our sleep. So firstly, how do we know it's improved our sleep? As I've mentioned before, we wear these Aura rings. I'll link that in the comments below. So the Aura ring is a device that tracks your sleep and your recovery. So it's based upon different variables such as your temperature, your heart rate variability, your recovery index, so like how much exercise you've done compared to your sleep, all those sorts of things. And it's the most accurate way of tracking sleep outside doing a sleep session at a hospital or something. It's a lot more accurate than the watches people wear. So it's been a game changer for me, and I can't recommend it enough. So the first thing I do when I wake up is actually check my Aura ring, and I check my sleep and my sleep score. You can put in different tags, so if you've had wine, if you've sauntered, had a late dinner, late training session, you're stressed, you're tired, premenstrual, anything, you can put those tags in and you can start to see what sort of things help you sleep better, what sort of things are hindering your sleep, so you can make those changes. The next thing I do is switch on our light in our living room, and now that light is a special light that's extra bright, and that's to help promote melatonin production. So when you wake up, you want to see daylight straight away. If it's dark outside or you get up too early before the sun rises and then you're at work and you never see daylight until halfway through the day, these lights are really good because it gets your melatonin production started, which is important for your sleep later on in the day. So before COVID, when we were getting up at 5 a.m, we're inside work by 6 a.m, we weren't seeing daylight till the middle of the morning or lunchtime some days, so that light became really important for us, and we still use it now on cloudy days as well, just to get our melatonin production started. So in the mornings I would stop drinking coffee by 10 a.m, and if I feel like more coffee, I do switch to decaf or a decaffeinated tea. And I've found that transition easy. If I was buying bought coffees, I find that they're way more caffeinated than the coffee I make at home. So I'd probably try and only have one of those coffees, whereas at home when I'm making myself, I might have two of those coffees. And then I guess that's all I do for my sleep in the morning. And then as the day progresses into the evening, we aim to eat dinner somewhere between 7 and 7:30 ideally. And when we switch the TV on, we make sure we turn our brightness and the backlight down on our TV, so the TV lighting isn't as bright as it is during the day. And it's interesting because when you flick from like Netflix to YouTube, the brightness changes, so you have to continually change that. It's not a big deal. You hit the settings button, you hit picture settings, and then you just go down the brightness and down the backlight. And that makes a huge difference because that bright light otherwise is keeping your melatonin production going, which is not good for getting you into the calm before sleep. And the same goes with our lights. So we've switched a bathroom light, our lounge room lamp, and our main kitchen lights to these lights, which are blue light block. Oh, can you see it? Lights. I'll tag these below as well. So these have no blue light in them, so we can have them on and it's not stimulating melatonin production. And we have it in the bathroom as well because we go to the bathroom during the night. You don't want that hit of light to wake you up, so that it's harder to go back to sleep. So having that in the bathroom is really good because it does keep you in that sleep mode. It's kind of a yellowy look, gives off enough light. We also have a red one which we bought just for fun, which we haven't used yet. And we'll even take one of these on holidays with us. So if we stay in a hotel or an Airbnb, we change one of the lamps over, so we still have that at night for our sleep. So we try and keep to a pretty usual after dinner routine, and the weekends differ, but during the week it's pretty usual. So it's good to keep a regular pre-bed routine because it helps your body work out, yeah, this is our unwind time for sleep. So, you know, similar, so do the dishes, then go brush teeth, floss, do all that, and then it's kind of sit down with a cup of tea time and start to unwind. So we make the tea ourselves, and it's a mix of chamomile, lavender, valerian, lemon flower, passion flower, lemon balm. And in that tea we put 2 different mushrooms, so one's a reishi mushroom and one's lion's mane mushroom, and these are just both really good at helping to calm your nervous system down. You can't taste them in there. And so we have that tea, we turn the lights off, so we've only got the TV light on, and we start that unwind time. I'll often spray magnesium on the bottom of my feet when I'm unwinding, and my feet don't need to touch the ground again for a while. So magnesium is also good for sleep and just for recovery as well, especially on my footy training nights when I finish quite late. And then I guess leading up to bed, we switch on our chili pads. So a chili pad is a underlay on that you put over your mattress, and it's got water running through it, and so you can set your temperature for how cool or warm you want your side of the bed. So one of the big things with sleep, getting a good sleep ritual, is making sure that your bed and your room isn't too hot or you're not going to sleep. That being said, if it's too cold, you're not going to sleep either, but erring on the side of cold's a bit better, because heat really does disrupt your sleep. So I usually, in sort of summer, autumn, would set mine for about 14 degrees. And in winter I'd probably put it up to 16. And it's quite interesting because on a hot day, say it was 30 degrees, the bed, when you turn it on, it tells you the temperature of the bed then and there, and it's normally like 27, 28 degrees, so you'd be going into bed into that heat. And in winter it's kind of around 19, 20 degrees, which is perfect sleep temperature, which is probably why most people sleep better in winter when it's cooler and they can put a doona on. So we turn that on, so by the time we get to bed, that's already cooled down and we're going into a nice cool bed. I dare say, other than my Oura ring, the chili pad is my favourite thing we've bought. I'll put it below. You can't buy them in Australia, you have to buy them in America. My parents were very kind and brought it back for us from their last trip. Yeah, and it's amazing now when we go away and stay in a bed without it, you can just feel the heat coming off the bed. It's definitely not as comfortable to sleep with. We also have a air purifier in our room that has a white noise, and we have that set to like an ocean sound, and I found that's been good for me because I fall asleep quite well, but sometimes I'll wake up at about 3 and that's when my brain goes crazy. So I find if I focus in on that sound, it sends me straight back to sleep. The other thing that's good is doing different breathing techniques, so a box breathing, so breathing in for the count of 4, holding for 4, breathing out for 4, and holding for 4, or the 5-7-8, which is breathing in for the count of 5, holding for the count of 7, breathing out for the count of 8, and they're both really good. One is that bit of mindfulness, so you're focusing on something, not letting your mind wander, but it also helps calm your nervous system down. And going alongside the turning the brightness of the TVs down, we also have a program on our computers called Iris, which helps adjust the lighting to our computer, so we don't have blue light after a certain time on our computers, and we also put a red light on our phones and our iPads, so you know, from evening onwards we're not getting the blue light from our phones and computers and iPads, but we try to stay off them anyway. Would never go to bed with the phone in our room. We leave our phones out in the lounge room overnight, and we turn our Wi-Fi off. So the EMF from Wi-Fi, it sort of acts a similar way to what light does, in the fact that it sort of simulates your melatonin, which isn't good for promoting sleep. So we always switch our Wi-Fi off at bedtime as well. And then once in bed, this is a very new thing for me, but Paul got me this eye mask for Christmas, which is the same brand as our lights, and it's designed so that you could have it on and still blink, like your eye still has movement in it, and or if you're napping with it, it won't take your eye makeup off. And I love it because I find I do sleep better with pitch black darkness. And that was another thing we changed. We used to sleep with the curtains open, and the more we learned about sleep, the more we learned that you should sleep with curtains down, try and sleep in darkness. And we do aim to try and go to bed at the same time every night. It's not exact, it's somewhere within half an hour, so between 10 and 10:30, although it's usually more 10:30, and aiming to wake up sort of the same, so within half an hour of our usual wake up time. And Aura reacts to that as well. Aura encourages you to have a certain bedtime based on your usual wake up times, that sort of thing. So developing that sleep ritual might sound complicated, but I don't even think about it now. It's definitely helped my sleep. And we've learnt about it all mostly through Matthew Walker, who's a sleep expert. His book's awesome. He's on a lot of different podcasts. He's been on Joe Rogan. He's been on one called with Dr. Ranjan, which is really good as well. But I recommend his book, so look up Matthew Walker if you want to know more about sleep. And hopefully some of those things I've given you will help you develop your own sleep ritual. Just tackle one thing at a time, and hopefully you'll be on your way to better sleep. Comment below if you've got any questions, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.